welcome to Dating and Development. I'm a man, and you are listening to this. Before we get started, we have a word from a sponsor. Thank you. So, I want to talk about what to expect when dating multiple women. So say if you're going to be dating around 3 to 5 women, or you want to date 3 to 5 women, this is what you must come to expect. Now, I'm talking about this from experience. I've done this before, so I want to throw in my 2 cents about this. So I'm not going to keep this video too long. I have some things charging before I hit the gym today, so let's get started. First thing is, it can be quite expensive. The money can rack up quickly. Now, even if you still do cheap dates, just like drinks in the evening time, it can still rack up the dollar bills. So they say now, being Irish, it racks up the euro bills, but that doesn't have the same panache to it. The money racks up quickly, and especially if you're dating multiple women, so 3 to 5 women, and say you could have a date with those women, 3 times a week. So out of those 5, you might date 3 of them in 1 week, and then the next week you date the other 2, or 1 from 1 week and 2 from the other week, if that makes sense. So say, for example, you're on a date, could be Thursday, Friday and Saturday, or early Tuesday, whatever day it is during the week. And whatever you do, you could spend €20 on, Tuesday, maybe 40 on a Friday and 40 on a Saturday. It totally depends if you're, it depends on what you're doing, but let's say you spend that. That's 40, 20, whatever I just said, in around €100. Now, multiply that by 4 if you're doing that every week. That's €400 gone by the end of the month. So it racks up pretty quickly. You might not think it does if you keep things cheap, but it can do. Now, you could do, dinners at home, or go to their place and they cook a meal for you, or you might have a night in, whatever the case may be, save money in that sense. But when you're dating multiple women, expect the money to become a bit costly. That happened to me when I was doing it, and I was thinking, where's my money going? And then clicked, spending it on dates. Another thing to expect is being flaked on, and it's going to happen. You're going to get flaked on. You're thinking, why am I getting flaked on? And more or less the chances is that she found someone who was much more interesting than you, or found someone she's more attracted to, or mind you, she doesn't vibe with you, or hope we're still listening, and that you just don't do for her. You just don't do for her. Or a better offer came around, a better deal came around, and that happens. Women do that. If something better came around, they'll take it. They will take it. Say, for example, you, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, you decided to go on a date in a bar for drinks, but some guy says, oh great, we're going to this 5-star restaurant, or this Michelin star restaurant, and a really expensive wine. She's going to take that. She's going to take that over cheap drinks. She's getting treated. She's getting treated to €100 to €200 date. And what are you offering her? Maybe 2-3 drinks. That's about it. She's going to take the better option. Now, if she said, okay, great, I can't make it to the one you had planned with her, then, if she has that attraction too, she'll make a counter offer. But if she doesn't, just move on. Women are going to flake on you. As a part of it's a test, but usually it's a better deal has come around, And that's why I advocate on the channel to go for a lot of self-improvement. Focus on yourself. Do not focus on the women. Focus on yourself, and the women will come to you. They will come to you. At least, not to mention, in dating multiple women, you learn how to pass their tests. You become more comfortable being around women. So, say for one date you had with a girl, didn't go well, you failed her test, you were getting emotional, you just weren't, being charismatic enough, or this, that, and the other. You learned from that, another girl comes along, you use what you learned from a previous date on the next one. It works very well, because you're becoming a lot more confident, you're getting experience. With all these dates, you're building up your experience. Repetition is the mother of all skill. So the better you get at doing something, the more comfortable you become. Now that means don't get complacent. I wouldn't get complacent. And I found that to be one thing with dating women, is not getting complacent. Don't do it. Because if you're not going to date her properly, some other guy will date her for you. It's how it goes, guys. I didn't make the rules. I did not make the rules. It's how it goes. But the experience is there. And it's always great because you learn how to pass their tests more. And even the beauty of that is, the more comfortable you get around women and everything else, the easier it is to talk to women who are of higher caliber, hotter girls you want. Be more comfortable around them. Now I have a friend who was talking to this pretty hot girl, and pretty good looking, not gonna lie. And what happened was, afterwards, is that some other guy saw him. It's like in a closed space. Things that like was it a gym? I don't know where it was. But he was saying to me that other guys were just looking at him like, how'd you do it? How'd you talk to her? How'd you do it, man? What's your secret? You just gotta be comfortable talking to girls. Now, one thing to also expect from this is that you're going to lose a girl from the rotation. You are, naturally. Because when you have so many options, your confidence grows, and you don't want to lose those options. You don't want to lose those options at all. It's like, what would you rather choose? Penis-sized Ron Jeremy or Ron Jeremy-sized penis. You just don't know. Which one will you choose? It's a really hard choice. And what I found with that is that a girl will drop off because she'll push for more, but you're comfortable not wanting more because you're happy with all the options you have. This is what it's like to feel like being a woman, having all these options, which is quite nice. Don't get me wrong. And you have these options, like, oh, this is great, I have so much confidence. But one will push for a relationship, and then you say, nah, I don't want a relationship. Even though if you lay your intentions out at the beginning, I don't feel like having a relationship. I told you this already. And then she'll go and find someone who she can try and knock down. So expect to lose someone. But don't let that affect your confidence, because the worst thing is, in getting to date multiple women, is using that validation that you're getting from them to feed your own sense of worth. Do not use the women you're dating to feed your sense of worth. You don't need that. You need to internalize your own sense of worth, your values and beliefs. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have the confidence in yourself. You can't let that determine who you are as a person, these amount of women you are sleeping with or dating. And also, to add on to that, guys, one other thing is that you can turn into a big a-hole. You kind of can. Happened to me. I became a pretty big a-hole to some of the girls I was dating. Not a big a-hole, but I was like not tolerating their crap. You don't tolerate their crap. You don't have time for that. I'm like, she tries some stupid stuff. I'm like, yo, hun, get out of my face. Don't have time for it. I won't go say, yo, hun. Just put your foot down and say, look, I ain't taking your crap. Last thing I want. Hasta luego. I should say hasta la vista. Give her the gift of permanently missing you. You just don't have time to tolerate that kind of crap. Men who don't have options, like, okay, baby, I swear I won't do it again. I love you, so give me a big smoochy woochie. Like, something like, you know what I'm getting at. Exaggeration, of course it's an exaggeration. However, when you have the options, you don't tolerate that. If she goes, perfectly fine, I'll find something else to replace you. Great. Easy as. You can't become an a-hole in that sense because your confidence is growing. And then if you eventually kind of get sick of the whole kind of having multiple rotation, it's fun, don't get me wrong. If you get sick and you find a woman and things don't go quite right with her, when you want to start to become monogamous with, more or less, you find that it's like, great, I've had, things aren't well, things might end, things have ended, but I've had 3 to 5 women at one time. I can do it. If I did it before, I can do it again. It's about the abundance mentality. It's all abundance. If I lose her, okay, I might be a bit bummed out, perfectly fine, but I can do that all again. And you have to have that belief. That's the abundance women have. Women have tons of options. There's been men who've done experiments on Tinder pretending to be girls, and not very attractive ones, or mildly attractive. And the amount of messages those women get compared to men on a daily basis, exponential, astronomical. Lyrical, spiritual, lyrical individual. Yo. I just lost my mind there. I was trying to do some beats. But women have the options. And having that abundance with those women having the options is that, wow, this must be like feeling like being a woman who has options. And I have plenty of options too. And the last but not least, this is what happened to me. This is probably more of a personalized thing, I don't know. Is that I wasn't around with my friends as much. I was always out with girls gallivanting away, acting the Mickey. In a good sense, mind you. Winky face, smoochy. So, make time for your friends. Women aren't the be all and end all. You should be at a stage with yourself, whether you can live with them or live without them. It's not the be all and end all. There's much more to life. Obviously, they're lovely to have. Women can be great crack. If you're Irish, great fun. Not talking about the nose candy stuff. Yeah, that is nose candy stuff. Yeah, it is. But you know what I mean. So, men, if you're dating 3 to 5 women, keep those things in mind. Keep those things in mind. It'll be a great time, but watch your finances. And ultimately, you will learn who will have attraction in you or not. You'll be able to weed out those who are using you for a free ride. So, if you want to date multiple women, go for it. But always make your intentions clear. And that's one thing I would always advocate. So, take care. God bless. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I hope we're all keeping well on this lovely Wednesday. And stay safe. Help each other and be kind. Nothing wrong with putting a smile on someone's face. Until next time, God bless.